Hello everyone, I am Undead Horde here on YouTube and welcome back to my channel. And this account is just not slowing down. We have at least one new surprise here in this episode for y'all today. But before we get into that, we gotta do a collect-a-thon here, getting a bunch of different things figured out as we go into day 11 of our daily quests videos. And once we kind of get done doing the collect-a-thon here, we will be able to sit down and discuss a few other very important things. So we did play the game a little bit. We got some of the stuff completed already, which can be extremely nice for the account. We got the 50 energy used. We bought, actually technically already bought something from the tavern, or from the market, but we needed more anyways. We got the, what's it called? Done. Words that mean things. That's only one. We got the artifact upgrades done. So our biggest focus going to this now is arena, some 3 champions, and the battles. Oh, you know, we got our quest done. We got another one of these. Beautiful. Beautiful. We are just not coming to a slow at all. We do need to jump in and do the arena quests, just because we need the additional energy here. So let's jump into arena and work on that. We are up to silver 1 in arena, so some of these fights are going to be a tad bit harder for us, but in certain situations, if we kind of manual it a little bit, we can usually figure it out from there. So something very important I want to talk about early on in this video is a shout out to, again, just all the support that we've been getting every single day. We've been getting at least 2 subscribers a day, which has been absolutely incredible as of right now, and it means so much to me that everybody is enjoying the content and things like that. But the next thing, I guess the thing that also goes alongside, like the likes and the views and the watch time, that has just all been incredible, and I have never seen this much support ever before. But the other thing is like the comments, the likes and the comments, because that just helps so much out with like the channel. But I've never, ever in my life, for as much as I've tried to do YouTube on and off for years, several accounts, several channels, doing several different types of niches and things like that, have I never received this level of interaction on an account. And it has just been an absolutely incredible experience, being able to interact with everyone, and just having so many people with so many different ways of encouraging me and giving support to the account and stuff like that. It just means so much. And I got a comment today that hit me the most. Commented by Steven Andrews, and he had said that he enjoyed the concept of my channel, or the concept of what I'm doing, so much that he's going to decide to do the challenge himself, but starting off with the Banner Lords faction. And as a content creator, or somebody who's starting out in the content creating world, having somebody sit there and be like, I like what you do so much, I want to do it as well, is such an honor. It makes me feel so incredibly good, and it makes me feel like I've done something so right by introducing this concept into just out there. And like I said, I I I haven't seen it done before. I also haven't really looked too much, but from the comments and from the way that people have responded to me doing this, it feels like it also just hasn't been done before either. And so it's also just a really cool feeling being like I'm actually kind of doing something in this industry that's been going on, or in the gaming community, for a game that's been going on for so long now, that but I have still somehow managed to come in and do something different and unique, and it's recognizable to people, and it's something that people are into and are enjoying, and it feels so good, because I think a lot of people want that. A lot of people want to find that niche when they get into YouTube, something that can really set them apart from other people. And I genuinely feel like I've found it, and I just really hope I don't lose track of it, because I think that happens to me a lot, in which I got going and I have good ideas and I feel so strongly about something, and then next thing you know, it's just like, well, like X, Y, and Z, you know. I just stop. I get in my own way, and I start blaming life and things like that. But like, really, it's not. You know, it's there's always a fighting on both sides, or on like every side, right? It can't always just be like, well, I didn't do this, and this has gotta be the reason why. It's like it's not that way, right? It's a choice. It's a choice that we have to make, and to work around things, and that's what I'm doing right now. I've always made the conscious choice starting off this channel every single day that I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do my recordings. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're 20 minutes to a half an hour long. I did not mean to do that. Whoops. Like, they're 20 minutes to a half an hour long. I can afford that time to sit down. I'm gonna be up anyways. I'm always up late as it is. So there's no reason why I can't genuinely sit down and do this, and then stay up and do the little bit of editing. It is very little editing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm cutting out the most basic stuff, and that's it. I'm cutting out things like, if there's like major cut points, like major points where I go silent, then those get cut. Or like whatever, right? There's so many like different little things that it's just like, all right, well, the moment it kind of gets to this point, I'm moving on. I'm just whatever. I meant to throw whatever, you know, and I'm sorry. There's just so like, I just do very basic cutting, very basic, just trying to increase the volume, make sure the volume seems okay, which there's some been issues with. So I gotta kind of workshop that a little bit more and see if I can figure things out with that and whatever else. But that was weird. Oh, because the multi-battle thing and that makes sense actually. We want to throw you in. We'll throw you in. We'll do the multi. They can hit max. And we'll do a 6 on that and then run it. So, like I said, it's not a ton for now. As the channel grows, what I do will grow with the channel, of course. Like, that's how it really should work. I do understand the concept of, if you just put in all this work, ahead of time, people could see that and recognize it, and you'll be better off for it. And in some regards, I'm not saying that's not true. What I am saying, though, is that there's two sides of the coin. And I prefer to be on the side of the coin that's like, as long as I produce content that people can see, I would be happy. And then I will figure out how to grow it from there. But I feel like you have to hook people in first. You could do all the editing in the world, but if you can't hook somebody into your content or into the niche that you're trying to get into, then it's not really going to matter, because you still have to draw in the audience first. And that's where I have fallen in all of this, is get the content, create the fan base, create the people who enjoy the niche that you're doing, and then alter the editing of the content and stuff towards that, or figure it out more from there. And so, yeah. And I do apologize to me if people, and I also, it does seem like a lot of raid content doesn't seem to be that heavily edited from what I can tell anyways. There's definitely some things that I've seen that I could definitely do like more of for sure. And that has felt like a cool idea from other content creators' points of view and things like that. But I'm not really sure how worried I am about it. But I'll figure it out as time goes on. If people want to see more, then I will do the best to give out more. But I've also really always loved the idea of like the early years of YouTube. If anybody knows what I'm like talking about there. Back in the days where it just was like, you just had fun, you just produced content. And I feel like that's more where I'm trying to fall. Where, I was just listening to a video the other day, and it was like what Mr. Beast has done for YouTube, and like how his type of content has changed YouTube. And I think it was Jacksepticeye it wasn't a Jacksepticeye video, but it was Jacksepticeye who had brought this point up, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just like, Mr. Beast has turned YouTube from content and has turned it into views. It's all about getting as much views as possible, taking the money you make, dumping it into a bigger project to farm more views and keep going like that. And that's not something that I entirely agree with. And I fall more in the category of, you don't always need the most heavily produced content for it to still be very enjoyable content to a lot of people, where you can actually feel the more raw emotion of the person, where like in editing, sometimes you can lose out on that. So first thing that I actually want to do before doing any summons here is get this I can't complete this fusion. Yes, I can. Hold up. I grinded out for this earlier. I just didn't do it. See? I grinded out for it. Just forgot to do it. So, making myself scared there for a second. We're going to get this fusion out of the way. Not the best fusion by any means, but when the Undead Horde faction literally only has 2 fusions that you can go after, like core fusions, I guess, you kind of just take what you can get. I'm not gonna lie to you. What? So, if this is who I gotta go for, it's another body on the account for something. I'm not, like, I'm not saying anything that bad, but I don't love her kit. I don't. She only has 22 reviews. Apparently she's good. Maybe from reading her, I just haven't figured it out yet. But I also haven't really played with her a whole lot to, like, really know. So I'll have to sit down eventually and actually try to figure her out. But there's other champions, too, that I have to do a lot of work with. The other thing is that I was going to say at the very beginning of the video is that there's a big... there's a new update to the account that I need to talk about. And we summoned an epic champion for the Undead Horde faction earlier today, and you can see him here on the screen, but I do want to tidy up. I'm obsessed with making this this main portion here nice and neat and tidy. We did pull. What is your name? Zelota? Zelota? Yeah. We pulled him. Really nice. Has great reviews, honestly. So I need to figure out a build and where I want to use him at. But I'll probably build him like generic PvE, since he just seems like he does so well in a lot of different areas of content. And just see if by building him, I can really kind of push certain teams forward. Like, he'll just become a staple on the teams. So it'll be like UDK will be a guaranteed. He'll be a guaranteed. Probably the bloat wraith will be a guaranteed. And I'll just figure out like the last two from there as just really good champions across the board that do a great job. And he seems to be a phenomenal supporter. So I'm very, very excited about that. Now, I did actually record the summon. So I recorded the summon. I was like, I got to do summons to complete like a challenge area or something like that. So I'm like, I'll just record them. If I get anything crazy, I can just always show the recording if people want to see it. But it's like, there's like no like crazy reaction or something that I had to it. But I did do it on camera just in case. Now we will do these 3 summons because why not? And next thing you know, we just got to do Demon Lord. And you know what? Demon Lord just got a whole lot easier for us because we only have to, we can quick battle. Yes, no. Oh, I got confused for a second there. Crimson Helm will be, I believe, is a decent champion here. Yeah, good champion for the Dark Elves faction. So this is a champion that I would be excited to have once I actually make it over to using Dark Elves. So I'm not going to be too disappointed in that. Really wish it was an Undead unit, though. Did not get another one. Very disappointing. However, shouldn't be too upset. I think we have done very well as of right now. Definitely comes down to like versatility of polls. I think we've done pretty well. Just getting a nice variety of different units that can do seemingly different roles on the account and stuff like that. So I'm definitely not too upset at all by what we have managed to pull. I just got to figure out builds now, but a lot of that is just being able to grind out and do just get better artifacts, like mainly at this point. So I think I'm gonna book him. Is he good enough for me to fully book? Can I fully book you right now? I think I'm going to do it. I don't know when I'm going to be guaranteed another epic. I could, in theory, pull a better epic, but he's got so much going on from right now. He's got such great reviews that I think I just want to full out build him and just go for it. So I do think I'm going to max. I'm going to put all the books in him. I don't know if this maxes him out or not. Still 3 books shy is crazy. But it's also on the A1. And I don't know how much it matters getting it on the A1. But we do have a massive buff on the shield. The shield is now a 40%, which is huge. And what do we got going on here? There's a 75% chance. I think that's a 100% chance now. So attacks all enemies has a 50% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn. Has a 70% chance against enemies under debuffs. But this has now gone up to a 75% chance. And this And this also takes up to then 100% chance if they're underneath a debuff. So that's really nice on a 4-turn cooldown. I have to look up, see what this guy's all about, and see what this does for the old account, which, again, very, very excited about. Might end up being a new member to the Demon Lord team, Demon Lord clan boss team at some point in time, which I don't hate having, just trying to figure out better members across the board for that team. So there's still another clan boss team I want to attempt to build eventually. I just haven't made it to that point yet. And a lot of the reason why I haven't made it to that point yet is because I need to just figure out artifacts and being able to get better artifacts. And like, I've been really struggling when it comes down to accessories. Like, but I don't know. I guess that's not like the biggest focus for right now is accessories. It should be in theory everything else. So, all right, we will show off. Not really show off. We are going to bust through clan boss. Oh, we do have 2 keys. Great. I spent 2 keys today. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I spent 2 keys today because I had to complete. It was like a mission, and it was like you had to get all it was an arbiter mission where you had to get all 3 stars for the clan boss, and to do that you have to do 2 keys in Demon Lord. So I did spend 2 keys today in Demon Lord so I could get that completed, but I am glad that we do have the opportunity to still do more here in this video as well, so we're not missing out on that. 4.9 million damage on 1 key. I don't even know how we're doing that much. That's not added all together, right? No. That's got to be separate. 4.2. I haven't changed anything. The only thing I did was put a crappy ring on the bloat wraith. But yeah, we are at 15.85 million damage that this count has produced. The Demon Lord is at 17%. I actually might have enough manpower on my other accounts to take out the Demon Lord. So that will probably end up being something that I'm going to do here soon. Try to run out tonight on my other accounts and see what I can do. That'll be exciting. All right. So, I don't know. That's really it for this video, guys. Actually a lot faster than normal, only at 23 minutes, which is crazy, but there generally just isn't too much going on. I will have to figure out, since the runs and stuff are getting a little bit faster, I'll have to start figuring out maybe some different things I can throw in at the end of the video. Oh, you know what? There's one other thing I do need to talk about. And maybe this is what's made a big difference. I did forget about this. We have max masteries. We did get the 800 gems. These are the masteries that I have built on Ultimate Death Knight right now. These masteries are going to support an artifact build that I'm doing with him eventually soon, which is the Toxic Perception set once I get to doing that. So these masteries are going to really help support that. But also, these masteries are just going to be good help in general. And I'm sure that's why we're be able to produce so much more damage on the Demon Lord clan boss. I did completely forget about that. And just for you guys to know, this is the ring I end up equipping onto the Bloat Wraith, just because I needed to put, even if it's a crappy artifact, it's going on, because extra stats is extra stats is extra stats. And the Bloat Wraith really likes taking on, the extra HP is nice. The additional attack, even though it's flat, is still good for him. And getting the additional 2% HP on the 12 was cool. Actually really cool, with this being an HP ring. So just getting a little bit more HP into him, getting a little bit more attack into him, and hoping for the best there. We did also do the Great Hall for the development. So we actually have the additional 2% attack. That doesn't really affect too many people as of right now, but it is there. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Hope you're also enjoying the slightly shorter videos, and hoping that I can kind of keep some things around more of this pacing a little bit better for you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video soon. Peace.